Welcome, I'm Deronda with Foods 101, and today I'm just going to show you how to make a basic, delicious, homemade potato chip. In this bowl I have 3 russet potatoes that I've got soaking here in cold water. It's these potatoes right over here. And I have a little kosher salt that I'm going to use to season these potatoes with once we get them frying. And over here in a skillet I have 2 cups of vegetable oil heating to about 350 degrees. Now that would be on medium heat, and I'll show you how to test these potatoes before we put them in the oil. I'm using a vegetable peeler to peel the potatoes. Now if you have a mandolin, and if you have another device where you can peel these potatoes very thinly, well that is your choice. But now to do this, I just go ahead, make very sliced potatoes. As you can see, I'm going to leave them back here in the water. See how thin that is? Paper thin. You can see my finger through it, and that's what you're looking for. And as they fall back into the water here, they're going to remove the starch. And I have a larger potato here. It's a lot easier to use these vegetable peelers on the larger potatoes. And as you can see, I'm just making slices. Alright, look how beautiful that slice is. And the thinner you get it, the better. Alright, I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to get these out of the water and lie them over here on this paper towel and dry them off as much as we can before we add them to the oil. Now I've got one of my potatoes sliced, and I'm going to just dig out the pieces because I don't want my hands wet, and I'm going to lie them over here on the paper towel so they can dry. Now this is a painstaking effort with a lot of detail work, but I promise you the results are going to be well worth it. Alright, then I'll come back after I dry these. As you see the potatoes over here, you want to dry them and then flip them over and dry them on the other side. And then that way, and you can just leave it here on the paper towels and add it to your hot oil. Alright, and as you can see, I'm using a slotted spoon. That way all the excess water can drain off from the potatoes. I have my oil over here on medium heat. Now I've turned it down to medium low, and I'm going to check to see if one of our slices of potatoes is going to fry up good. And there it is, it's bubbling. So let's drop it in. Now these will probably not fry more than 30 to 40 seconds. And you want to have your salt ready, because when you're ready to take them out of the frying pan, you want to sprinkle them with your salt or your seasoning. That way it will adhere to your potato chip. Oh yeah, they're looking lovely. Back here I have a rack that I'm going to drain the potatoes on. That way we won't have a lot of excess oil. Alright, let's get in here. Alright, I don't want to overcrowd my pan because I want to get a nice, beautiful crisp on the potatoes. Alright, you'll know they're done because they'll pretty well stop sizzling. And you want to use a heat-friendly spoon here and fish them out and put them over here on the cooling rack. Alright, now you're going to be sure that you add your sea salt right away, because if you don't, your salt's not going to adhere to your potato chip. There they are. And now we'll just start with another batch. Alright, the more you do it, the faster you get. Alright, I'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. Here's a batch of these fried homemade potato chips. And I let them sit out for about 30 minutes before you dig into them, because you definitely want them to cool down and to dry out a little bit. That way they'll be extra crisp. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give one of these a try. And I put a little kosher salt on them. Now you can put any seasoning you want, but yum. Uh-oh. You know what they say, you just can't eat one. These are absolutely fresh, delicious. It takes time to make, but it's well worth the effort. Hey y'all, give me thumbs up. Thanks for watching. This is Deronda with Foods 101, and I'll catch you next time.